Every Canadian has the right to think, believe, protest, and even disagree with the government, and it's all thanks to Section 2 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But how far do those freedoms really go? And where does the line get drawn? Let's find out. Section 2 of the Canadian Charter protects what are called the fundamental freedoms. These aren't just legal rules, they're the foundation of Canadian democracy. The first is freedom of conscience and religion. This means you can believe in any religion, change your religion, or have no religion at all. The government can't force you to follow a certain faith or impose religious practices on you. A famous example is the case of R versus Big M Drug Mart in 1985. The Supreme Court struck down a law that forced stores to close on Sundays because it was based on Christian tradition. The court ruled it violated freedom of religion for non-Christians and even for those with no religion. The second freedom is freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. This is Canada's version of free speech. It protects your right to share ideas, art, protest, and even unpopular opinions. But it isn't absolute. Hate speech, threats, and defamation can still be restricted under Section 1 of the Charter. A key example is R versus Keegstra in 1990. A teacher spread anti-Semitic ideas in his classroom. He argued it was free expression, but the Supreme Court upheld Canada's hate speech laws as a reasonable limit. The third freedom is freedom of peaceful assembly. Canadians can gather for protests, rallies, and demonstrations as long as it's peaceful. This is a cornerstone of democratic society because it allows citizens to show support or opposition to causes in public. The fourth freedom is freedom of association. You can join groups like unions, political parties, clubs, or advocacy groups. A major case here is Mounted Police Association of Ontario versus Canada in 2015. RCMP officers fought for the right to form independent unions. The Supreme Court ruled in their favor, strengthening collective bargaining rights. Together, these freedoms protect your ability to think, speak, gather, and organize without government interference. They give Canadians the tools to challenge authority, push for change, and express identity. But Section 2 doesn't mean total freedom without limits. Like we saw in Section 1, the courts can restrict these rights if it's justified in a free and democratic society. The balance between freedom and protection is what keeps Canadian law both flexible and fair. So, when you speak your mind, join a protest, or practice your religion freely, you're exercising your Section 2 rights. These are the freedoms that keep Canada an open and democratic country. If you learned something new, make sure to like this video, drop a comment about which freedom you think is the most important, and subscribe for more Charter Explainers. Up next, we'll be looking at Section 3, Canada's Democratic Rights.